Tips for writing a blog. Developing your blogger's voice. One of the greatest challenges that bloggers face is in establishing their writer's voice. It is likely that the language that you're using for social media and texting is too informal for a blog, but the language that you use for essays at school is likely too formal and academic. So bloggers usually strike a fun balance with voice that is both informal enough to feel conversational and relaxed, while also being formal enough to sound credible and competent, which helps readers to trust your opinions. To practice developing your blogger's voice, read what you've written out loud to yourself or a friend when you're done. Just reading your ideas aloud will give you a better sense of how it sounds to other people, and that should give you a sense of where you fall between formal and informal. Organize your ideas and points. Just as a blogger's voice is typically somewhere between formal and informal, the same can be said for how bloggers tend to organize their ideas. Most blogs are an interesting mix between a personal journal or diary style and a structured essay. It should not be so formal that there's a thesis statement and topic sentences, but at the same time, your readers don't want to go through one huge block of text that follows the randomness of your thought patterns. To help you out, it might be a good idea to put together a simple outline before you begin. Just jot down what subpoints or topics you intend to cover in each paragraph, and then stay committed to talking about that one point during the duration of that paragraph. Blogs can be multimodal pieces. Now, it's not required, really it's not, to use things like pictures, audio, video, or GIFs, whatever you call them, in your blog, but one of the more creative aspects of blogging is that you have the option to use those types of pieces in your blog. Doing that creates what is called a multimodal piece.
Wait, so what do you mean multimodal?
Well, a modality is a particular mode in which something exists or is experienced or expressed. So for example, a video is a mode for expressing or experiencing an idea. Audio is another way, writing is one as well. And anything that you create that uses multiple modalities is a multimodal work. Bloggers have the option of turning their blog into a piece that uses multiple modalities together in an effort to inform, persuade, entertain, or explain. But wait, before you start dropping in pics and videos at random, take a second to learn about how to use those different modalities well. On the one hand, blogs can be like newspapers where images and graphics are neatly placed at the side of the text as a nice additional piece for readers to reference. On the other hand, blogs can use these different modalities in the midst of the writing itself in a way that newspapers cannot. For example, as you're writing your blog, maybe you decide that you want to use a quote from a credible source. In a blog, instead of typing up the quote, you could use a video clip from that person of them actually saying what you wanted to quote in the text. These additional modes bring a new layer to the reading that adds an interactive component to what you're writing that would not be there otherwise. So while this is not required, it isn't a bad idea to consider turning your blog into a multimodal piece.